Maybe you have made travel plans for the future. Maybe you have been in a country where before you went there, you didn't really know what to expect. And you were wondering about how the people will treat you. You were wondering about the traditional clothing, maybe, of the culture in that country. Maybe you were wondering about the smells they have in the food, if they have food at all. Maybe you were wondering about. And so before you made that trip, you had certain feelings. And I traveled from Barcelona to Newark. And then from Newark, I went to Denver. I like to travel a lot because every time I'm about to make a journey, I feel that excitement of something new is coming up. And so before I made that trip, I took my bag and I decided what kind of clothing I should bring, what kind of clothing I should not bring, what is the temperature of the country where you're going to. I was making visual images, right? Like scenes were passing by in my mind. I was imagining being already in Denver. And maybe you have those experiences as well, where you were inside your mind and not knowing you were thinking about being somewhere else than here now. So I packed my bag, and so I checked in, and I felt my country behind me, and I felt something new is coming up. And I was so ready for it. And I have that feeling all the time when I travel. And I'm not sure what kind of feelings you have when you know something good is going to happen. So I'm in the airplane, and the captain is speaking, right? Welcome everybody. We're all in. The last passengers have found their seats, and there is a clear sky. Welcome that you fly with friendly skies. And I invite you to sit back comfortably and really enjoy the flight. So I was listening to that voice, and I really felt myself sinking down deeper in my chair, because I knew it's going to be a long flight, right? About 8-9 hours. And so I have my MP3 with some hypnotic inductions, some things I would like to study on my laptop, but for whatever reason, my battery has always 10 minutes left, in those situations. And I think I should prepare better and stuff like that. So I knew I was going to make a long journey. And I felt myself in that chair, and I was really installing myself and preparing myself for that journey. So I felt the plane going up in the air, which is always an exciting moment, right? Looking out of the window, see if everything is fine. And you see the city going farther and further away. The clouds are entering. And before you know it, you're high up in the sky, above the clouds. And then it's just a matter of letting go. Because you have trust in the captain, the pilot of the airplane, enough to let go. So there I am in the airplane, and I started to close my eyes. And I could hear the engines of the airplane, the low bass of the airplane vibrating. And so I closed my eyes, and I really knew it's going to happen. It's really going to happen. So I started to dream a little bit inside. And maybe you do the same sometimes when you close your eyes in a daydream and you become aware of sensations in your body. You become aware of scenery you're thinking about. Or maybe you're just not aware of what's going on in the moment. Either way is good. So then I arrived, and I was wondering if my bag is going to be there or not. And I was thinking, if my bag doesn't arrive with all the stuff I packed before the training, what would be really important to keep? What kind of clothing would I really keep? And what if it would be gone forever? Would I not be having problems with? So I started to scan through my mind about things that were really important, about what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to get rid of. And it was funny because when I was thinking about it, it reminded me of a story of a famous hypnotist, Milton Erickson. He lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And most of you probably know Milton Erickson. He had a client, and the client was about to move from one house to another house. And she was a little worried about if everything was going well and what kind of stuff should she throw away forever. What kind of stuff she doesn't need anymore, right? And what kind of stuff should she keep? Or maybe give away to somebody else. And Milton Erickson started to talk to her in a pleasant tone of voice. And he told her to close her eyes. And he said, maybe you can remember all the great memories you had in the house where you used to live. And she nodded her head. Maybe you were looking through the kitchen window one time and you felt great. Maybe you can remember all the people you connected with in the living room. Maybe you can remember all the people you invited to the house where you used to live. And she was kind of wondering in a daydream about what Milton was speaking about. And Milton said, I want you to make 3 piles of stuff. But you don't have to know yet consciously what is going to be inside those 3 piles. Because before she made 3 piles of stuff, 1 pile to throw away, 1 pile that she really wanted to keep that's important, and 1 pile to give to other people. Milton brought her to every room of the house and told her to think about the best memories she had in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom, in the bathroom, and on the attic. And in a pleasant daydream, she was going through her house. And Milton said, I want you to make the 3 piles on the attic now. And your unconscious mind can decide for your conscious mind what you want to throw away forever, like stuff you don't need anymore. And she started to reflect inside on stuff she didn't need anymore, stuff she wanted to get rid of. So she put it in 1 pile. And then the second pile was stuff she wanted to give away to other people. You know, some stuff that you have, you don't necessarily want to throw away because other people will be very happy with that. So unconsciously, she started to reflect what kind of stuff would be in that pile. And then the third pile was the stuff she wanted to keep for herself. She didn't want to throw away because that stuff was most important to her. And all of that happened to her when she was listening to that story to make the transition more easy from the old house to the new house. So I thought, well, if I have my 2 trousers, some blouses, that would be okay. And actually I found out that the rest of the stuff in my luggage, I wouldn't be unhappy when for whatever reason it would never be found again, or it would never have been found back again. So it was a great moment to hear the captain speak about those things. So in the exercise you just did, you were speaking and having a conversation with people in the room, right?
Yes.
Great. And when you were having those conversations, somewhere at a certain moment you got a great feeling. Maybe a warm sensation, maybe a happy sensation. Maybe you're not aware where in your body you felt that great sensation. But somewhere it happened. Maybe a light feeling, maybe an enjoyable feeling. So I would like for you to put your feet flat on the floor and take a deep breath in. Breathe out all tension and stress. That's right. And close your eyes and go inside. And really contact your own body on the chair. And become aware of your hands and arms resting comfortably. That's right. And become aware of your breathing. While you become aware of your breathing in your hands and arms, just let go a little bit more. That's right. And I want you to find and discover inside the place in your body where you feel best now. That's right. You can take the time to observe your hands and your arms in your own rate and speed. And enjoy that process in a way you haven't done before. Observing your body, I mean. Discovering. Really discovering the best location. That's right. And when you have found that place, consciously or unconsciously now, focus all your attention on that place, right there. And you can be curious, really curious, how that great feeling helps you to go deeper inside yourself now. As if you're entering into a new world. Inside, you are the master of your mind, and where you place your attention is getting focused. Really focused. To the extent you can feel good inside. And while you're breathing, I want you to sink in that great feeling. As if you are stepping into a warm bath, more and more. That's right. If you can dive into that great feeling, only to notice who you are becoming in this trance, beyond any irrelevant thought, there is that great feeling. And aside from thinking, you have a body that you can feel good in. Really good. Your unconscious mind can even help you with pleasant memories of the past and future, where you already felt great. Some people can really feel good in a trance when they think about seeing themselves in a pleasant future situation where they are with great people to connect with. Other people feel really good when they notice it's so silent inside and outside, because they can discover something new. So feel that good feeling and focus your mind right there. And then slowly take the time to come back with those great feelings and reorient yourself back into the room. And take some good feelings with you as a gift for somebody else. So basically what we're doing is discovering a good feeling and focus your attention on it. It's the two-step enlightenment process. Did you enjoy that? Who enjoyed that? Who could notice, even though it's maybe a little bit or really big, a good feeling inside your body? Great.